I was listening to someone the other day talk about how they were really upset with Katie and Ariana, like, let it go. You know, they've taken such a fixed stance on hating him no matter what he does, says, how he betters himself, still F off. I was like, I don't know the exact time frame, but I'm pretty sure it's like a 6-month gap between when they ended last season and when they started this season. So I feel like people are forgetting we're not in real time. Like it was only 6 months to when this season ended and when they picked up the cameras again. With that being said, Sandoval and Schwartz were on Nick Vile's podcast. And I gotta say, I get, even if they want to hold on to the anger a year and a half later, I'm not totally mad at it because every time you listen to Sandoval talk, he never wants to take personal responsibility. He doesn't. He'll be like, yeah, what I did was shitty, but she this, and but what's going on? And you don't understand, man. And that's not how you apologize, Sandoval. It's, I'm so sorry. I did an awful thing and I will never do that again. That's it. And you just got to take it on the chin. And I get that this is a global stage that you're on, so taking it on the chin is a little bit more brutal. I just think that even if she does want to hold on to it even a little bit longer, I don't know, he's out there doing all these podcasts saying really wackadoodle stuff. Like, even Nick on the podcast was like, I don't hear you taking any responsibility. I hear you got to stop making excuses for this. And that's just got to be infuriating. Even if their relationship was falling apart, you were in couples therapy. End it there. You've got a safe space. You've got a platform to walk in and say, it ain't working, babe. And the fact that he continues to make excuses for it, I could see them holding on to this anger for a really long time. And quite frankly, them holding on to it in the show right now, I get it.
Do you think it's fair that she tells everyone, like, if you're going to be friends with him, you're not in my life anymore?
Her drawing a really hard line in the sand with, like, if you're going to be friends with him, then you cannot be friends with me or even in my atmosphere. There's part of me that gets it because I think they probably have like a lot of legal stuff going on with trying to fix the stuff, you know, like get out of the house. They work together and there's just complications all over the place with how this whole scenario is going down. So I could get her wanting to stay safe and knowing like there's going to be no leaks out to his camp. I also don't think that that's a sustainable thing because there are going to be people who maybe they're not going to become his best friend, but like, oh, okay, whatever. Like I was at a dinner, he was there. But I also think it's probably a testament to like how badly she was hurt. And yes, maybe publicly she's winning the war and making so much money and getting all these deals with all these different companies. But her heart was still broken. And I just think that time does heal a lot of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that dissipated in time. But again, we got to remember she's saying this 6 months after the reunion, 6 months after all of this shit came to a head. I would hope that I wouldn't have as much anger, but that's just because like I want to think of myself as someone who's like, okay, like how do I not hold on to this? Because they say, you know, being mad at someone is you drinking poison and expecting them to die. So I would just want to not be doing that for my own self-preservation and how I personally am walking through the world. But if that happened to me on a public platform, I might be the exact same way. I might be so fucking angry, I might pull a waiting to exhale and pull all of his shit out of his closet, throw it on the fucking driveway and torch it. I just feel like you don't know how you'd respond to this shit until you were actually in the situation. And I feel like she has handled it pretty well. Like she hasn't aired his dirty laundry. She hasn't been vindictive. She's just drawing a really hard line in the sand, being like, if you're in on him, I'm out on you. For the time frame we're in, I don't think she's an awful person for doing that.